You think about them often, don't you? Sometimes it's in the quiet moments, when the world has gone still, and you're lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, the weight of their absence pressing against your chest. Other times, it's in the midst of chaos when you're rushing through your day, distracted by the noise of life, and suddenly their name flashes across your heart like a spark, unbidden, unstoppable. It's as if they've carved a permanent space within you, a corner of your soul that remains theirs no matter how much time passes or how far apart you've drifted. You wonder if they still care. If they think about you too. If somewhere, in the quiet of their own nights, your face crosses their mind, your voice echoes in their memories. And deep inside, there's a voice, a soft, persistent whisperer that tells you they do. It's not just wishful thinking, it's a knowing, a certainty that defies logic, that lingers like the scent of rain after a storm. They do think of you. They do care. But something changed, didn't it? Something invisible, intangible, yet undeniable created a chasm between you. It's not something you can point to, not a single moment or a specific word, but you feel it. Like an unspoken wall. A missing piece. A silence that doesn't make sense, no matter how many times you replay the moments you shared, searching for answers. You've spent countless hours trying to understand it. You've turned over every memory, every conversation, every glance, looking for the moment things shifted. Was it something you said? Something you did? Did you miss a sign, a cue, a warning that could have changed everything? You've blamed yourself, haven't you? You've questioned your worth, wondered if you weren't enough, if you failed them in some way you can't even name. The weight of those questions has settled into your bones, heavy and unrelenting, making you doubt the very essence of who you are. You've asked yourself if you pushed too hard, loved too fiercely, or maybe not fiercely enough. You've wondered if you were too much or too little, if your heart was too open or too guarded. But let me stop you right there, because I was sent to tell you the truth you've been searching for, the truth that's been hidden behind the silence, the distance, the ache that's kept you awake at night. You didn't do anything wrong. This is not your fault. The reason for the distance is not because you were lacking, not because you failed, and certainly not because the love you shared was anything less than real. It's because something deeper, something more complex, got in the way. Something that has nothing to do with your worth and everything to do with their own inner world. It was fear. Their fear. Not of you, but of everything you represent. Fear of not being enough for you, of not measuring up to the person they believe you deserve. Fear of hurting you, of letting you down, of failing to be the steady, unwavering presence they want to be in your life. Fear of being truly seen, of standing in the light of your love and having their flaws, their wounds, their vulnerabilities exposed. Because you see, love, a real love, the kind you share, Ada, isn't just warmth and comfort. It's a mirror. It's a force that brings everything to the surface, that strips away the masks we wear and reveals the raw, unfiltered truth of who we are. And not everyone is ready for that kind of truth. Not everyone is prepared to face their own shadows, to confront the parts of themselves they've spent years hiding from the world and from themselves. They love you. Oh, how they love you. more than words could ever capture, more than they've ever been able to express. But that love, as beautiful and powerful as it is, shook them to their core. It awakened things within them they weren't ready to face. It stirred doubts, insecurities, old wounds that they thought were long buried. And instead of leaning into that vulnerability, instead of trusting that your love could hold space for their imperfections, they pulled away. They didn't pull away because they stopped caring. They didn't go silent because their feelings faded. They stepped back to protect you, or at least, that's what they told themselves. They stepped back to protect themselves, too, because the weight of what they felt for you was overwhelming. It was too big, too real, too raw. They didn't know how to stay and be strong, how to navigate the intensity of a love that demanded everything: honesty, courage, vulnerability. So they retreated. Maybe they left entirely, disappearing from your life without explanation. Maybe they went silent, their responses growing shorter, their presence fading like a signal lost in static. Maybe they changed, becoming someone you barely recognized, their warmth replaced by distance, their openness replaced by walls. And it hurt you. God, how it hurt you. The confusion, the rejection, the endless questions with no answer, so it cut deeper than you could have imagined. You wondered if you'd imagined it all, if the connection you felt was one-sided, if the love you thought you shared was nothing more than a fleeting illusion. But it wasn't. It was real. It still is. The person in your head, the one whose memory keeps you company in the quiet moments so they never stopped loving you. Not for a second. Even now, they carry your name like a prayer, a sacred thing they hold close when the world feels heavy. They look at your photos, lingering on the curve of your smile, the light in your eyes. They hear your laughter in their memories. And it's both a comfort and a wound, a reminder of what they walked away from. They wish they had been braver, stronger, more ready to face the truth of their own heart. There are things they never said, words they held back because they didn't know how to speak them without breaking. There are tears they never let fall, because to cry would be to admit how much they miss you, how much they regret the distance they created. There are letters they wrote in their mind, or maybe even on paper, but never sent, letters filled with apologies, confessions, promises they didn't feel worthy of making. If they could speak to you now, if they could find the courage to bridge the gap, they'd tell you, I miss you. I love you. I didn't mean to go. But they haven't found that courage yet, and so the silence remains. I was sent to you because you needed to hear this from someone who could speak without fear, someone who could see the truth of your connection and lay it bare. I am an angel, a messenger carrying the words their heart cannot yet speak, the truth their fear has kept locked away. Your connection is not ordinary. It's not a fleeting moment or a casual encounter. It's divine. Timeless. Your souls agreed to meet long before your bodies ever did, in a place beyond time, beyond the constraints of this world. That's why you feel them, even now, even in the silence. That's why your heart still pulls toward them, even when logic tells you to let go, to move on, to forget. You can't forget because this connection is woven into the fabric of who you are. It's a thread that stretches across lifetimes, a bond that transcends distance, misunderstanding, fear. You were meant to find each other, not just to love, but to grow, to heal, to become more fully yourselves. But this distance, as painful as it is, has a purpose. It's not a punishment. It's not a sign that you're unworthy or that your love was a mistake. It's a preparation. It's a season of growth, for both of you. For you, it's a time to rediscover your own strength, to learn to love yourself in the way they couldn't yet. It's a time to heal the parts of you that doubt your worth, that question your value, that believe you need someone else to complete you. You are whole, just as you are. You are enough, just as you are. And this time apart is teaching you that, even if the lessons are hard, even if they come wrapped in loneliness and longing for them, it's a time of facing their own fears, of confronting the wounds that made them run. They're learning, too, maybe not consciously, maybe not yet, but their soul is working through the weight of their choices, the consequences of their silence. They're being healed, just as you are. Cleared of what was broken, made ready for what's to come. One day, the time may be right. One day, the fear that holds them back may loosen its grip, and they'll find the courage to reach out. It could be a knock on your door, a message that lights up your phone, a whisper in the wind that feels like their voice saying, "I'm ready now." Or it could be something else entirely, a chance encounter, a moment of synchronicity that brings you face to face when you least expect it. The universe is clever like that, always conspiring to bring together what belongs together. But even if the day doesn't come, even if your paths don't cross again in this lifetime, know this: their love for you is real. It's not diminished by their silence, not erased by their absence. It's a light that burns quietly, steadily, even when you can't see it. And your love for them, the love that keeps their memory alive in your heart, is a gift. It's a testament to your capacity to love deeply, fiercely, without condition. So live your life. Don't wait for them to come back, don't put your heart on hold in the hope that they'll find their way to you. Love yourself the way you wish they had, the way you deserve to be loved. Heal your heart, not by erasing them, but by honoring what you shared and letting it shape you into someone stronger, wiser, more radiant. Fill your days with joy, with purpose, with the small, beautiful moments that remind you you're alive. Chase your dreams, laugh with your friends, dance in the rain, write the stories only you can tell. And through it all, carry the truth I've given you: their love was real. Still is. Even if hidden behind distance, even if cloaked in silence. It's not the end. It's just part of the story, a chapter, not the whole book. There are pages yet to be written, moments yet to unfold, and your heart, brave and boundless, will be ready for whatever comes next. And so, here you stand, at the edge of this moment, with the truth laid bare before you. The person in your head, the one whose absence has carved a hollow space in your heart, loves you still. Their silence, their distance, their fear, it was never a rejection of you but a reflection of their own inner struggle. You've carried their memory through countless days and nights, through moments of joy and sorrow, through the quiet ache of wondering why. Now, with this message from an angel sent to guide you, you know the reason. You know that your connection is not a fleeting thing, not a mistake or a misstep, but a divine thread woven into the tapestry of your soul. This knowledge is a gift, a light to guide you forward, but it's also a call to action and not to wait, not to cling to what was, but to embrace what is and what can be. The distance between you and the one you love has a purpose, a sacred role in your growth, in your healing, in the unfolding of your story. It's not the end, but a pause, a breath, a moment to gather strength for the journey ahead. And that journey, dear one, is yours to shape. As you move forward, let this truth settle into your bones: you are enough. You have always been enough. The love you gave, the love you still feel, is a testament to your heart's boundless capacity. It's a strength, not a weakness, to love so deeply, to hold space for someone even when they're not physically present. But now, it's time to turn that love inward. To nurture yourself with the same tenderness you've offered them. To forgive yourself for the moments you doubted your worth, for the nights you spent questioning what you could have done differently. You did nothing wrong. You loved with courage, with honesty, with a fierceness that shook their world, and that's something to be proud of. Let go of the need to carry their silence as a burden. Release the weight of their fear, for it was never yours to hold. Instead, fill that space with compassion for them, for their struggle, but most importantly, for yourself. You are not defined by their absence, nor are you diminished by their retreat. You are a universe unto yourself, vast and radiant, with dreams to chase, stories to tell, and a life to live fully. This moment, right now, is an invitation to reclaim your power. To step into the fullness of who you are, not as someone waiting for another to complete them, but as someone whole, vibrant, and alive. The distance that separates you from the one in your heart is not a punishment but a teacher. It's teaching you resilience, patience, self-love. It's showing you that you can stand tall even when the ground beneath you feels unsteady. It's reminding you that love, true love, doesn't require proximity to endure. Your connection with them exists beyond the physical, beyond the constraints of time and space. It's a bond that pulses in the quiet moments, in the dreams that visit you at night, in the sudden warmth that fills your chest when you think of them. That bond will always be there, a part of you, a chapter in your story that shaped you but doesn't define you. And as you heal, as you grow, you're preparing not just for the possibility of their return, but for something even greater, the life you're meant to live, the person you're meant to become. Imagine, for a moment, the version of yourself that's waiting on the other side of this season. A you who walks with confidence, who laughs without hesitation, who loves without fear. A you who has taken the pain of this distance and transformed it into wisdom, into strength, into a deeper understanding of what it means to be human. That version of you is not a fantasia, it's a reality you're building with every step you take, every choice you make to prioritize yourself. Start small, if you need to. Write down the things that make your heart sing, the dreams you've tucked away because life felt too heavy. Take a walk in the sunlight and let the warmth remind you that you're alive, that you're here, that you're worthy of joy. Surround yourself with people who see your light, who lift you up, who remind you of your own brilliance. And when the memories of the one you love come calling, don't push them away, welcome them, honor them, but don't let them hold you back. Let them be a reminder of how deeply you can love, and then channel that love into creating a life that feels like home. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, is always working in your favor, it brought you to this message, to this moment of clarity, because you were ready to hear it. It's conspiring to guide you toward healing, toward growth, toward the next chapter of your story. And that chapter might include theme, it might bring a knock on your door, a message that changes everything, a moment of reconnection that feels like a miracle. Or it might not. It might lead you to new loves, new adventures, new versions of yourself that you can't yet imagine. Either way, it's a chapter worth writing. It's a story worth living. The person in your head, the one who loves you still, is part of that story, but they're not the whole of it. You are the author, the hero, the heart of this tale. And the pen is in your hand. As you navigate this journey, know that you are not alone, not even for a moment. The very fact that you're here, reading these words, breathing through the ache, carrying the weight of emotions too heavy to speak aloud, is proof of your strength. Somewhere out there, right now, there are people, strangers, maybe, but kindred spirits who feel the same silent pull in their chest, who wrestle with the same shadows, who question if they'll ever feel whole again. They're walking the same road, whispering the same prayers, hoping that the dawn will break through the long night of waiting. You are part of something larger than you realize. A quiet, beautiful community of souls who love deeply, who carry distance like a wound and a badge of honor, who are learning day by day that healing is not forgetting, it's remembering with grace. That's why I'm asking you, yes, you to share your heart. Speak, even if your voice trembles. Leave a comment below, not for applause or validation, but as a lantern for someone else stumbling through their own darkness. Did these words bring you comfort? Did something click inside you, like the tumblers of a long locked door finally giving way? Did a single sentence reach inside your soul and remind you of your own quiet strength, of the strength you didn't even realize was still there? Your words could be a lifeline to someone else, a breath of hope, a moment of clarity. Sometimes all it takes is knowing that someone else understands to change the course of a day, or a life. Don't underestimate your voice. It matters. You matter. And if this message touched you, if it felt like a whisper from the universe, like someone reached through the page and placed a hand on your shoulder, just to say, you're going to be okay, then take a moment and hit that like button. Yes, it's small. Yes, it's simple. But it sends a ripple. A ripple that says, I'm here. I feel this too. This truth matters. And it does. Your love matters. Your story matters. Your pain, your longing, your healing, it all matters. Don't let anyone, not even the voice in your own head, tell you otherwise. This moment, right here, is not the end. It's not a goodbye, not a final page. It's a turning point. It's a breath drawn deep, a choice to keep going, to step forward into the unknown, not with fear, but with fierce courage. You've come so far. Through silent nights and endless tears, through days when getting out of bed felt like a battle and nights when the weight of your memories felt too heavy to carry. And yet here you are. Still standing. Still searching. Still hoping. That's not weakness. That's power. That's a soul that refuses to be extinguished, no matter how wild the storm. The love you've carried, the one that's etched deep in your bones, the one that dances through your memories like a song you can't forget. It was real. It still is. And maybe, for now, it has taken a different shape. Maybe the person you hold in your heart is far away, or gone, or walking a path that no longer runs parallel to yours. That hurts. There's no denying it. But even in that pain, there's beauty. Because love doesn't disappear. It evolves. It teaches. It stretches you open in ways you didn't think were possible. It leaves you changed, and that change is sacred. Now is the time to turn inward, to look in the mirror and see yourself not through the lens of loss, but through the eyes of love. Real, unfiltered, unwavering love. The kind you've so freely given to others, it's time to give it to yourself. You deserve to be loved with the same tenderness, the same devotion. Love yourself fiercely. Celebrate every part of your journey, the messy parts, the painful parts, the parts that still feel raw and unfinished. Honor them. They are evidence that you lived, that you risked your heart, that you dared to care. And trust this, the universe is not done with you. It's not finished writing your story. In fact, some of the most beautiful chapters are still ahead, chapters filled with laughter that bubbles up from your chest, with hands that fit perfectly in yours, with mornings that feel like beginnings rather than reminders of what's missing. The tapestry is still being woven. You can't see the whole picture yet, but every thread, every tear, every prayer, every step is part of something breathtaking. The person in your mind, the one you can't let go of, their love still echoes inside you. That kind of connection doesn't vanish. It imprints on the soul. Maybe they've changed, or drifted, or can't return the love the way you need. But their presence was a chapter, not the whole book. And now, it's your turn to become the main character again. Not the background support, not the one waiting in the wings, but the hero of your own life. Step into that role. Claim it. Own it. There will still be days when the ache resurfaces, when you hear their favorite song or pass by a place that feels like a memory. That's okay. Let the feelings come. Let them wash over you, then let them go. You are not failing by feeling. You are healing. And healing is not a straight line. It curves and dips and sometimes loops back on itself. But every step, even the shaky ones, counts. So breathe deeply. Feel the air fill your lungs and know that with every inhale, you're choosing life. With every exhale, you're releasing what no longer serves you. Choose joy, even if it's only in moments. Choose hope, even if it flickers. Choose you, always. Because your life is worth living, not in the shadow of what was, but in the promise of what will be. And as you walk forward, carry this with you: you are never alone. Not in your heartbreak, not in your healing. Not in your longing, not in your love. These words, and the people who find them, form a circle. A quiet, powerful circle of connection. So keep talking. Keep showing up. Keep writing your truth, one sentence at a time. Someone out there is reading. Someone out there is healing too. And maybe, just maybe, your story will be the light that helps them find their way home. So go ahead. Comment below. Share what's on your heart. Tell us what part of this message felt like it was written just for you. And when you do, know this: you are part of something sacred. A ripple of truth. A wave of hope. A celebration of healing. Like this message if it spoke to you, not just for you, but for the countless hearts who need to know they're not alone. Let this be more than a post. Let it be a beginning. Let it be a hand extended across space and time, a reminder that even in silence, even in sorrow, love endures. And so do you. Now go shine your light. The world is waiting for the masterpiece that is you.